want to start it out?
Okay. Hello and welcome to. It's weird because the camera can't. So do I need to be looking at this or?
Yeah. Shoot.
Hello and welcome to What We Learned This Week, where we talk about what we learned this week. Who wants to get started?
I can get started. Hi, I'm Anika. I'm one of the STLI Student Partners. And something I learned this week was in my capstone class for the Williamsburg documentary project. And we're doing a lot of oral histories work, and something I'm thinking of researching is like mosques and like the Muslim community in like Williamsburg and just like the Williamsburg area. And I know from some of the research I've done so far, I know that the source I found was kind of misleading because I thought it was Richmond, Virginia, but it was Richmond, California. But it was still kind of like helpful in that like it talked about how this mosque in Richmond, California was formed. Like before the mosque was founded, the Muslim community there, they used to pray in each other's basements every week before. And I'm kind of thinking about how that might apply to the Muslim community here and around here. And I'm learning a lot so far. Like right now we're Ryan, you know how to do this stuff because we're like practicing interviewing people, and like I know I interviewed someone from the American Studies department for my first go around, and I was indexing that interview, and I learned that it's a lot more than just taking notes for the interview. It's like kind of following up on loose ends and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
And it can be tricky if like after the fact you realize you need something and you can't do the interview again or
yeah.
something like that. So that was really interesting. The thing I learned about this week might not be very related or similar, but we'll try to figure out a way to tie it in. So this week in my Old English class, we talked about color terms and like color categories. We actually talked about this very briefly, but like I thought it was interesting how like certain languages like don't have semantic categories for certain colors. Like in certain languages you might not distinguish between like red and orange, like that might all fall under the category of red.
Yeah.
And indeed English was like that, and orange is actually a very recent relatively recent, it was several hundred years ago, but a relatively recent addition to the language. For a long time we didn't have the category orange.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why redheads are called redheads when their hair is, normally of more orange color.
I see. Do you know what brought that on, or specifically?
Probably just contact with other people who spoke different languages, and they were, probably encountered people who did have a semantic category for that color, and the word just moved into the English language, and so that's normally I that would be my theory, but I'm not an expert.
No, I find that stuff cool, like linguistic anthropology stuff.
Yeah.
What's the word? Epistemology? Is that it?
Well, etymology,
Oh,
like the
etymology.
history of words.
I got that wrong.
No, yeah, there's a lot of ologies. That's one thing I've learned about college, is that there's a lot of ologies to keep track of.
Let's see.
How do you tie it all together?
Let me think about it real quick.
Oral histories,
Oral histories.
contacting other people, learning new things, and then you go and share that with other people. Maybe some medieval person talked to someone who was like, this color is orange, and they were like, what is orange? That's red. And they learned a new thing, and they went and told all their friends, and then orange became a color category.
History was born.
Yeah.
Lovely.
What do you think
Perfect.
of that?
I think that was great.
Okay.
All right. Well, this has been What We Learned This Week, and we'll see you next week.